pure state.
If your mind is all memory, all your levels of mind is memory. So it's past, right? How doesn't that conflict with the awareness, which is always fresh and always now?
No, it does not.
How
is
that?
a very good question, because everything is now.
But
it's okay. Do you remember? Did you ever read Einstein?
No.
No. Oh, okay, you haven't. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Einstein said that past, present, and future occur simultaneously. So in truth, time doesn't really exist. So what we call the past is present here. As a matter of fact, I've done hypnosis for 35 years, hypnotherapy, and I've had people, maybe they were a young woman, maybe molested when she was 5 years old, and it's completely forgotten. But her unconscious doesn't forget. So when I hypnotize her, the cellular memory which is in her body remembers the actual act. And she remembers the details of what happened when she was 5 years old. Why? Because it's still present in her cellular memory. So what we call past, these are all ideas. There is no past. And because there is no past, then what we call the present also contains the future. Now you might say, but how does it contain the future when the future hasn't happened yet? Okay? This is how. The script is already written. We are merely repeating a pattern. Now you might say, but why are we repeating a pattern then? What's the point? If I already done it, why bother? Because the script that is written is based on what we haven't learned yet. Okay? Are you with me so far? Now when I talk about evolution, I'm not talking about Darwin's level of evolution that was taught in school. We are monkeys and all that. Okay? I'm talking about the evolution of the seeing more and more and more, consciousness expanding.
Like the spiritual.
The spiritual, right. Seeing more and more of what is. Okay. So, so where were we? Yeah.
The memory. The mind is memory.
Yeah. So the mind. Yeah. The mind is. I explained evolution here, and I forgot the point.
Yes, it's the memory in everywhere, in all levels of the mind.
Right. So therefore, the future is also with us, and then the person might say, "But if it's already here, why bother? If it's already destined." But the point is this: that what is destined is what you haven't learned yet.
Sure.
In the previous experiences, which is everything is a cycle. Everything is going over and over and over again. Okay. Now we have to remember what I just said. It's an evolution of consciousness, and how it's important for us to deal with what is happening moment to moment. Because you might say, but what we haven't learned before? Yes, because everything is a cycle. The earth rotates around the sun, and it creates a semblance of time. It faces the sun, and we call it day. It doesn't face the sun, we call it night. And then we give it a name, Monday, Tuesday, and then blah, 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 the seasons and everything. But all it is going round and round and round. Well, similarly with us, our body in this particular lifetime has gone through many changes.
Yeah.
Many changes. You know, I was a baby, and I was a child, and then I was a teenager, then I became a young man, and now I'm an older man, and blah, 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 okay? And the body does not stop, even when it drops.
Right.
Okay, the consciousness is still there to create another form, until no form is necessary anymore, because I've learned what I need to learn. So I'm repeating the same pattern all the time, learning slowly what I haven't learned before. So sometimes it's referred to as karma. So I repeat what I haven't learned before. But how do I learn it? By meeting it head on and forgiving it, or embracing it, or loving it, or accepting it, or allowing it, or letting go of it. These are words that what they mean is this, that as long as when we are faced with a fear, we are faced with our next lesson. Now some people who are afraid and they don't want to learn, they don't want to listen, they figure, well, since I've already lived like this before, I'm going to act like I did before. So what difference does it make?
Right.
It does make a difference, because the script has been written, the ego script. But in holographic essence, we are already perfect. We are already the I am.
Yeah.
So in order for us to move closer to the holographic essence that we are, which is really paradise, which is really heaven, which is perfection itself, for us to move closer, every time there is a fear, we have to meet it and learn from it. How do you learn from a fear? Simply, there's a fear. And you look at it and you allow it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's learning from it. You don't have to figure it out. There's no big deal. There's no great sense in it. Just allowing it. Course in Miracles calls it forgiveness or atonement. You know, in other teachers call you allow it. Other teachers say embrace it, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. Okay? In other words, become aware of what is blocking you, and then you do not fight it. See, the reason that we create this fighting, now there's another aspect that I want to go into here called self-sabotage.
Right.
Okay? Now, this is how self-sabotage happens, and people keep repeating the same pattern over and over and over again, and they do not learn what they need to learn. I had a woman, very attractive, beautiful woman, about 35. She's well off financially. She can't keep a relationship. And she said to me, Burt, she said, I came to you because I want to find out what it is that is happening. You know, she says, I've got so many men in love with me, but I can't seem to keep a relationship. You know, and I said, what is it that you want? Mm-hmm. And she said, I want to meet the right man. Okay. So let's go into that. First of all, what you want consciously and what you want subconsciously can often conflict. And the subconscious intent is 10 to 20 times more powerful than the conscious intent. Okay? So therefore, she said to me, I want to meet the right man. I said, well, to meet the right man, you have to be the right woman. And she didn't understand that quite clearly because she felt she was, because she wants to meet the right man. So she lied down and I semi-hypnotized her, not very deep, before I found out something very interesting. She doesn't trust men. You see? And because she doesn't trust men, her intention was not to trust.
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously.
It overrode
the conscious.
Now, why was that? She had personal...
Well, whatever the reason was is not important. The important thing is to discover why she was sabotaging herself. Once you know, then you go into alignment between the conscious and subconscious.